With the orchestra no longer recording this month, I talked to second violinist Gabriel Dyker via Zoom about our latest digital concert with Ben Gernon and what he's up to at home.
Hi Gabs!
Hi Amy!
Hi, lovely to see you. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. Yes, how are you?
Great, amazing. So what is your daily life looking like now we're back in lockdown 3?
So my daily life is mostly homeschooling, which it keeps you pretty entertained. I've got 2 little ones, and thankfully the school's been really good this time. We've got a load of stuff to get them through, but making sure that they're both doing the right thing and understanding everything all the time it is just quite a lot. So yeah, it's kind of fun.
Are you getting any time to play the violin at all, or is that on the back burner for now?
Not very much time playing the violin, I have to say. A little bit of time in the evenings for doing various other things, a bit of reading and, that kind of stuff.
That's the thing about homeschooling, isn't it? By the time you get to the evening, you just want to be like, oh.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, yeah. How are you doing with it?
Yes, it's all quite chaotic here as well. I've got little one who's in nursery, who's not in nursery at the moment. And I got 2 stepsons 3 days a week, so Spanish homework was really interesting when you don't speak Spanish. I was like, I'm sure you've got the right answer, but who knows? Looking back, it feels like ages since we saw Ben. But how was it seeing Ben back conducting the orchestra?
Yeah, it felt like, I can't remember the last time he came in before then. Obviously, the whole of memory is a fog now.
Yeah.
But no, it's really nice to see him. I think he has, I think he's got a really nice natural way of communicating music through his hands. And I think that's always enjoyable to play with. It doesn't get overly complex and all that. You can just kind of move with what's going on, which I really enjoy.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. He's incredibly natural, isn't he? And he doesn't feel like he has to over talk things. And I think it was really nice in rehearsals, wasn't it? It was we had a good laugh and quite a giggle when he had this funny moment, didn't he? When he just suddenly got lost in I don't know what, lost in thought, and he had a bit of a Canten moment or whatever he called it. What do you particularly enjoy about that? What did you particularly enjoy about that concert?
Yeah, I thought it was quite an interesting program actually. Obviously, there's kind of a Haydn Symphony. Which is always interesting for us. We don't maybe do them so often because we're a big orchestra, but it's great music. But then I think that was like the other stuff, the other repertoire made it particularly interesting because we started with the Chevalier's Saint-Georges, I think, if I've got the pronunciation right. And that's not something I've come across before. And I thought the music was really interesting. I think that he's got a really interesting background as a composer and as a performer, and apparently as a champion fencer as well. Oh. And there's an interesting link there with Haydn as well, because he apparently commissioned Haydn's set of 6 Paris symphonies. So I think it gives it some interesting historical context. And I just think it's music that we could hear more of. As I said, I haven't come across it before. I think it was very interesting.
Yeah, very accessible as well, isn't it? It's very easy to listen to, and it's got a great narrative as well. What was the story that Ben said? It was a secret letter he sent to there were 2 best friends, and the girl was receiving letters from this person, this mystery person, love letters, and then it ended up being her best friend. I was like, oh,
yeah, that's very
romantic.
Yeah, and I think, like you're saying, it is very accessible. I think it's got in terms of the period it's written, I think it's got quite an interesting blend of some classical elements and then some things which kind of look back and a bit more Baroque. And that's a bit different from Haydn or Mozart, but yeah, in a very easily presentable way.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, also in the programme was the Britten Les Illuminations, which I think is just such a beautiful piece of music. I really look forward to doing that whenever it comes up. And it's lovely to do. I thought Mary sang beautifully as well. So that's just a really nice piece and a big contrast with the other pieces. But again, I don't think it's something that's kind of scary modern. It's just very different.
Yeah, and I think all the different bits of the Britten if you don't like one little bit of it, the next bit it will just grab you, won't it? It's all so different. So again, sort of accessible, I think, in a very different way.
Yes, and also great storytelling, like you were saying,
Yes.
about the Chevalier Saint-Georges. Yeah, really, interesting kind of picture painting.
Oh, we found a theme. Go us.
Yeah.
So we're quite often asked by our audiences, what concert do I pick? Obviously you pick all of them, but if you're choosing a special concert to give to someone, what would you pick about this concert? Why would you recommend this concert particularly?
So I'd recommend this concert for both of those pieces, basically. I would recommend it because if you're like me, you've never heard Chevalier Saint-Georges before, and I think you're in for a treat. And then also, if you're like me, you have heard Britten Les Illuminations before, and you love it, and you want to hear it again. Yeah.
And I would just add to that, I think if you haven't seen Ben conduct before, he's
very true.
He's fascinating to watch. There's some, I've seen a sneak preview of the concert, and there's some absolutely brilliant shots of him, and you can just, see him, and he really engages with the orchestra, doesn't he? He's one of these conductors that doesn't just look down at the front desks. He really connects with the whole, right to the back of the strings, and beyond as well.
Yeah, I think that's really important. I think the way that he works with the orchestra and the way that we all work together. I haven't seen the sneak preview, but I'm sure that comes across. I think that's a special performing element.
Absolutely, yeah. Thank you so much, Gabs, for chatting to me. It's been lovely to have a catch up.
Yeah, you too, Amy. Nice to chat.
Yeah, and hopefully we'll see each other in person for not too long.
Yes.
And see our lovely audiences as well.
Yeah, and I hope they all really enjoy the concert.
Yes, do enjoy the concert.